welcome to Growing Energy. I'm Energy. I'm here today to do a pick a card reading. This is going to be encouraging messages from your spirit guides, from your spiritual team. So if you are in need of a message, if you just want to hear something, you don't know what to expect, you want to see what just comes up, pick a pile, either pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3, and we'll see what messages are dying to make its way to you. So let's move pile 3 and pile 2 to the side, and let's focus on pile 1. Pile 1, what card did you pick? We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. So let me find this and okay. All right. Birth is a portal that ushers in new life. The Hathors are here to remind you that you're a child of the cosmic mother, and you're being called to be held by her deep, never-ending love and embrace. This is a tender, nourishing card reminding you to receive this deep, deep love of the mother's embrace. The Hathors know that the journey on earth can be rocky and lonely at times, but you're being reminded to rest more deeply in the mother's arms. This card is of extreme potency, of femininity and creation, and of birth. You are being called to mother yourself and others too, to surrender your sacred femininity, to create and surrender to your own creations, to hold and be held. You're being called to remember your place in the web of life and to realize that the cosmic mother is watching you every step of the way. Wow. You may be going through transition right now, or moving from one way to being to another. If so, you're being reminded that you are cradled in a sacred container, that you're more held than you could possibly imagine, and you have more access to more love than your heart can bear. If you're struggling in any way, you're being reassured that things will work out. Open yourself to receiving the overflowing love of the cosmic mother flooding towards you from every direction. Let it stretch your heart. What a beautiful message. So immediately, oh, sorry. Of course I dropped something. Okay, so immediately I am brought to, like, let's say for those of you, and this might be for just some of you, that didn't really grow up with a strong feminine presence in your household, not just motherly presence. I'm talking about feminine presence, like nurturing presence, like what femininity is, what you think when you think femininity, someone who's nurturing, someone who's understanding, someone who's there for you. And masculine energy can be that, but the polarities of the two energies, we're looking at someone that makes you feel nurtured. It's like one of those situations to where you might not have been nurtured as much as you would have liked as a child. And you've kind of grown into a person that has gone through situations that has led you to feel as though, like you've had to be there for yourself. Not enough nurturing felt, or there were times when you just wanted people to deal with you in a softer way and you didn't get what you wanted. You didn't get that. Those other people didn't know how to nurture you or love you in a softer way so you feel safe and protected because they don't know how to do that for themselves. But it's like you turned into this person who has become a nurturer for other people. And yeah, that's great, right? And it's nice that you can be there for other people. But sometimes, even though being there for other people, we think to ourselves, what about me? What about me feeling nurtured? And what your spirit guides are telling you is, I know it sounds cliche, but we're all around you. And if you take a second to feel our love, you are never alone. So for those of you that need to hear this message, that are watching pile 1, that may sometimes feel as though, you're going through certain things alone, or you have no one to call when you have achievements, or when you need someone to tell you you're doing a good job. Well, if this is your situation, let me be the first to tell you, or not the first, but let me be someone to tell you, you are doing a good job. You're doing the best that you can. Every day you wake up and you choose to pick life. You choose to get up and go through this simulation and try to make your way and figure out a way, even when doors aren't opening, even when, doors are closing in your face, or you have to work harder than everyone else to get a little bit, or even when you feel as though you're not being heard, but you still find time to hear other people. they say that we choose our lives before we reincarnate onto earth, right? We're waiting up there, and then we get picked to come back to earth, and we choose the struggles, basically what we want to go into to learn from, because everything on this earth is a soul journey. It's a learning process. So if we did choose this, I'm not saying that excuses anything that you might have been through in your past, right? But what I am saying is that if you did choose this, in the spirit realm to come down here, some of the hardest battles that we face are because we're supposed to inflict change in other people's lives off of what we learned from those battles. So focusing yourself on being there and showing up for other people has been something that you've done because you understand what it's like to not feel as though you're being held you're being held, or you're being protected, or you're being made to feel safe. You've had to do this for yourself for a while, and you're able to do it for other people. But what Spirit is saying is that you are on a spiritual journey. Whether you understand that spiritual journey, 100% or not, this is still the journey that you're on, and you are not alone. It's almost like if you were walking and someone that has the eye to see spirits around someone, they would see like these 20-foot tall beings around you that have all of this love and protection towards you. They protect you, they love you, and they just want you to know you're not alone. So if you're those days that you are feeling as though you're going through something alone, try meditation, try doing things that quiet the mind and get more into the body so that you can feel the heat radiating around you, the heat from the love, the presence of those beings that surround you, of God surrounding you, God flowing outside of you and within you to show you how important you are. Because whether you see it sometimes, you are extremely, extremely, extremely important. And you have every right to feel loved and to feel safe as everyone else. And it's nice when the person who always makes everyone else feel safe and loved is feeling that as well. So your spirit team, your spiritual guides want you to know that you are not alone, and they are holding you in their hand through whatever you're going through. If you're going through a scary time right now, you're changing, you're doing something new for the first time with all these planets that are in forward motion. Nothing is retrograde right now, I don't think. It's new energy that's starting, and we could be catapulted into a new situation. And whatever new situation that is for you, you're being told you're not going through it alone. So please, please, please don't think to yourself that you have to figure out ways to navigate on your own, because it's not what the situation is. And God will send you the right people during the right time to give you messages of encouragement so you can keep going. So maybe this is just a message of encouragement while you're trying to achieve something great that you've never done before, so that you can keep going. You're doing a great job. Okay, that pops out. Slow down and take your time. There is no need to rush everything. You are already doing your part. Trust that what belongs in your life is already making its way towards you in divine timing. So what you could be going through, especially with this card popping out, is there's something that you're trying to bring down to this earth, meaning there's an idea that you're trying to manifest. And you could be getting tired, you could be getting weary, and just need that encouragement. And you're doing this all on your own, right? Whether you trust other people around you or you don't have anyone to trust to help you bring this to fruition, what you're being told to do is it's not the time for you to rush everything. You could be feeling alone, right? But that's not an excuse for you to think to yourself, well, I have to keep moving, I have to keep doing things, like almost like stressing yourself out about whatever it is, because divine timing is still at play. And I also feel as though there will be some people coming in to help you with whatever this is that you're trying to manifest. So for my creatives out there and the people out there that are trying to create something new, do something new. Like I mentioned, all those planets are in forward motion. You could be trying to create something and, doing it alone and feeling like you have to do all the steps alone can be a little bit taxing, right? But there's a portion of this journey that you had to spend by yourself, kind of taking this idea that you have and putting it into fruition, because sometimes we could be around certain people, get ideas, but then when we act on it, they don't go through because that person is not supposed to be around you when after that seed you planted starts to sprout out and become something. So, Don't focus on how long it's taking. Don't focus on the fact that you're by yourself. Prayer works. Ask your spirit guides to send the right people that you can trust to help you along the way. And when it's the right time, they'll come your way. Another card that we have here, that was on the bottom of the deck. Find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within, fix your triggers, and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. So in this new season of your life, where you're understanding that love isn't transactional and you're always surrounded by love because you're not alone. Look at all these figures on this card. You're never alone. On top of you trusting and believing in divine timing and knowing that the right resources and people are going to come your way when it's time, you're also being asked to spend time to love on yourself, right? You spend time loving on other people, but what your spirit guides want you to know is that love that you have, it also needs to be turned in on yourself as well. You should be practicing self-love. You should be speaking kindly to yourself. You should be pouring into yourself, and you should be showing yourself and the universe that putting yourself first and loving on yourself will then turn around and help you be able to manifest more and almost like help other people know what it's like to feel love within their own life because of the fact they watch you and they see what a beacon of light you are in your own life for yourself without needing anyone to show up. We all need help in life, but while we're waiting for that help to find its way to us, we have to focus on how much we show up for ourselves. So one of the messages you're being told to do is you have a lot of love, that your spirit team loves you. Love on yourself. You're not alone, and divine timing it's on its way to you. Something is happening in divine timing. So just keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep going. What else do we have for pile one? What else do we have? Okay. Look around and find some signs. The universe is speaking to you. Yeah, so the times that you're feeling, excuse me, most alone, I feel like you're always getting signs, whether it be like I have this coin here. This is a euro. It's like 10 cent euros. But coins, foreign coins, pennies. I'll even say I have this dried up flower. Flowers. Or crowns can be signs to you. If you see any of those things, those are your spirit guides talking to you, letting you know that they're with you and you're not alone. Let's get a positive message to end pile one. Let's see, spirit guides, what else do you have to tell pile one? What else do you want pile one to know on their journey right now? What encouraging messages do you want them to know? What do you want them to know about themselves before the end of this reading? I like this one. Take control of your own narrative. You know what? And with the 22 here, I'm seeing someone who... And on the bottom of the deck is you don't need someone to fix you. Amazing. Because we were just talking about self-love in this in this card. And we're talking about you feeling, maybe sometimes feeling alone, and your spirit guides letting you know that they're always around you and you always have people coming in when it's the right time. But the control your own narrative, I feel like that comes in because maybe you've allowed the lack of love or the lack of people being there in certain ways for you in the past to dictate how you view yourself. And sometimes you've wanted someone to show up for you so much that you've put a lot of energy into other people, almost like, you know, getting mad if they don't show up the way you want them to. But it's like, don't ever hold anyone to a standard you're not holding yourself to. Show up for yourself more. Control your own narrative. You don't need to put the fate of your heart in anyone else's hands, because you are strong enough to get those messages from your spiritual team, and you're strong enough to feel their love and abundance moving forward. You have it all within you. You are not alone. Look for those signs. Your spirit team wants to let you know that something is happening in divine timing. Your hard work is going to pay off. It's coming in for you soon. Pile one, I hope you liked this message, and I hope to see you again real soon in another upcoming reading. And we're going to move on to pile two. So if you chose pile two, or you chose this perspective card, And it says, none of this matters. That's funny. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground. And let's see what this card has to tell us. Okay. Take a step back and look at the bigger picture of your life. Step away from the blinkered vision and reactive frame of mind of me against them. Change your perspective, shift your point of view, and zoom out, out, out. We are but a speck of dust in the universe, yet we think everything revolves around us. We see the planet as ours to own and conquer, pillage the land, and setting ourselves up for eventual extinction. We build fences and walls to create invisible borders. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. It's time to wake up. A new perspective is urgently needed. We've become so lost in our individual experience that we don't realize most of the things that keep us awake at night are actually distractions. We're wasting our precious time and resources fighting for each other when we should be coming together to heal what's been severed. This moment is a breath in your timeline of your life. This life is a fleeting moment in the tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash in the timeline of the unknown universe. And the known universe is a grain of sand into the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, to find common ground, to find deep compassion in your heart, to gain a greater perspective of humanity in this fleeting moment in the timeline of your soul's existence, in the timeline of all that is, was, and ever will be. So we're definitely being called to change our perspective. I mean, obviously it's on the card, but what's so interesting to me is the description on this card talking about, like, you know, some of the things that you could be worried about being a distraction. I feel like, I'm not saying that there are majority air signs watching this, but whoever is watching this and resonates with this, you know, perspective change card as I go into it, I feel as though it's like the things that you worry about and that keep you up late at night, your spiritual team is basically saying it doesn't matter. It's almost like you're assigning worry to things that won't matter a week from now. So one of the best advices that I received, one of the best piece of advice that I received, a good piece of advice that I received is if it's not going to matter a year from now, why are you worried about it? Like, for example, if somebody was talking about me being online and doing spiritual readings, especially starting a brand new channel, when you're going up against all these bigger channels, people already come to your channel with like a preconceived notion of, you know, my favorite reader reads like this, so you don't read like this, so you're not good. And they have their negative ideas and opinions of who you are. And part of your blockages and part of the things that kind of get you is I'm not saying that's your situation, like you're a reader online. You could be, take it if it applies to you, right? But I see someone who's letting things affect them when they don't need to, because in a year from now, a few months from now, a week from now, that person, that thing isn't going to be as big of an issue. Sometimes we can go through a lot and catastrophize it and think my problems are so big, and it's hard not to. It's funny that card said we think, you know, it didn't say we think the world revolves around us, but something along those lines. Like, you know, we see things from our point of view and we think that basically everything is revolving around us, but there's a greater world with different things out there. And when you kind of step back from whatever situation this is that you're going through, you'll understand that, you know, even if someone is against you, it's like the smallest thing. Someone not liking you is the smallest thing. You losing that job is the smallest thing. You having an argument with someone is the smallest thing. It might seem big because you're passionate or it hurts your feelings or it hurts their feelings. But these little things on the grand scheme of the timeline of your life are so small. So what you're being asked to do is reel it back in. Start meditating. Start finding ways to calm yourself so you don't worry about it. Maybe you have issues with anxiety. That could potentially be a thing, or because, you know, maybe in childhood or, you know, maybe a few years ago, or going through your Saturn return for those of you that are in your 30s or whatever, maybe that time for you was a lot of up and down, a lot of ups and downs happened to you. So it kind of, you know, it's like almost like what next? You worried about the next thing that's going to happen is the other shoe gonna drop is, oh, I'm feeling happy about this now, but what if this next thing comes in and it completely destroys me, or whatever the case is? You don't need to think that way. The very fact that you're here and you've made it this far, your spirit team wants you to know that you can handle anything. What you need to do is stop looking at everything like it's happening to you and switch your perspective to, how is this benefiting me? How is this happening for me? What lesson am I not learning? Are you going through the same thing in your relationships? What do you need to learn about your way of loving or your past history of love that can help you in the future? Are you picking the same jobs, or are you always having the same issues at work? What is it trying to teach you? Are you constantly applying for certain jobs when you're supposed to be an entrepreneur? Or are you constantly trying to do things on your own when you would benefit working at a company with somebody? Or do you not want to work at all and you just want to be a digital nomad, or, travel all over the world, but you're forcing yourself into a square spot when you are a circle, like you're trying to make something fit, and therefore it's causing you to be stressed out. The message that your spirit team is needing you to understand is, it's not as bad as you think it is. You can always change things around, and sometimes it's as simple as a perspective change that will get you out of the rut that you're in, because you're not supposed to stay there long, and you won't be there long. So the next time something comes up, or if you're going through something right now, a change of perspective is all you need, so that you can get yourself out of that or of that situation, so you don't necessarily feel as though this is it, you're stuck there, you can't manifest things. Because if you start saying, oh, it's always going to be like this, things never change, I'm always going to manifest the same thing, then that's exactly what's going to happen. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because you spoke it into existence. What you're being asked to do now is change your perspective, because there's so much, with this being the universe, there's so much that needs to come into your life. There's so much that can happen for you. We just need to tweak that perspective just a little bit. And you'll be able to see things and start manifesting things from a more positive standpoint. Don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than you deserve. I know that's right. So if for those of you, this stressful thing or perspective change is coming from a relationship that you have been in or gotten out of, what you're not supposed to do, like the encouraging message for you, is you're so great that you don't need to settle. That perspective change could easily be, are you seeing yourself correctly? Do you know how amazing you are? Because if you did, you wouldn't consistently settle for certain things that you shouldn't be. You need to see yourself as like the version of yourself, of you at your best. What does that look like? What does you at your best look like? Show up as that person every single day. And the people that you interact with, when they see how much you love yourself, they will have no choice but to adjust the way they love you. And if they don't, then you don't need them in your life at all. There's so much more for you out there. So many different people, so many stars. If you're not finding love, this is about love, and you're not finding it where you are, you can move, try online dating, try different things, but don't give up on yourself or think this is the only thing that you can manifest just because of where you tried didn't work out. That revolving around you thing. Oh, well, I couldn't find anyone in my town, my city, whatever, my state, so that must mean that it's me. I can't find love. Something's wrong with me. And that's not the case. And if you're thinking that way, that's why you're allowing people that treat you like shit in, because you're not seeing yourself in the true way that you are, for who you are. There's so much different possibilities. You just have to change the perspective, change where you are to be able to manifest more. On the bottom of the deck, we have, don't lose sight of this truth. You came here to evolve and grow. It is necessary to experience the difficult times. That is when you will grow the most. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. Be proud of your journey. Yeah, so especially when you're going through a lot and you feel like the why me, it's always happening to me thing, kind of like taking it all on yourself. It's basically like your spirit team reminding you, hey, let me encourage you to let you know, everyone goes through stuff. We grow from it, we get stronger, but whatever you're going through, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. I can almost look at the earth as this light, right? In this darkness, there's this light here. It's like something that you can achieve or you can strive for. So it's like you're going towards something, and the more you go towards it, the lighter the brighter this light will get, and the bigger the earth will get, the bigger your possibilities of things. When you keep yourself focused not on the difficulty, on the bad times and what the people said to you and what they did to you, when you're not worried about that, when you start moving forward and understanding you're expansive, you change your perspective. You see the positive in certain things, and more positive will start to come your way. And don't let anyone treat you any kind of way, okay? I mean, like, you deserve the best. What other messages do we have for my pile two? What other messages do we have for my pile two? Okay. Someone is in need of your love. Offer it to them. All right. So for those of you that this has to do with a relationship, perspective change, or you've been kind of burnt in relationships in the past, this thing that's coming towards you is new love, right? And there's going to be someone that you'll be able to share time with, or if you're already in an existing relationship, deepening of your relationship because you are spending time loving on yourself. Or when you change your perspective, you start to see things around you in your life differently. You start to appreciate the sunshine. You start to appreciate the coffee that you have with your friends. You start to appreciate the embrace from your lover. You start to appreciate a call from a friend. You start to appreciate the things instead of catastrophizing certain things. And I'm not making light of what you could be going through, but what I am saying is there are ways to mentally trick yourself so that you can move out of that. And the code for that is changing your perspective. So let's give you another message. Let's give you a message to, what does your spiritual team want you to know? What do they want you to know? Okay. You've earned all your stripes. I know that's right. Everything that you've gone, like this love that you're able to give someone else, it's because you were able to find that foundation and love for yourself. This lioness card talks about like loving your body, unconditional self-love, with her stretch marks here, her body, and it might not be the ideal, size 2 or whatever body that most people would, go crazy for, but she is so content. She is so happy. She feels healthy. She, look at the smile on her face. And I'm not saying that whoever's watching this is a woman, right? Because I'm aware that I have male viewers as well. What I am saying is love yourself for who you are. Love yourself, and when you love yourself, you'll have more love to give. But then when you love yourself, you won't allow other people to treat you less than what you deserve, okay? Self-love, change your perspective. You're on the right path. It's up from here. You're going up from here. Thank you so much for watching this reading, Pile 2. I hope you got something out of it. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you again soon in the near future. Okay, so if you chose Pile 3, or you chose the big picture thinking card, I absolutely love the way this card, look how pretty this card is. Look at that. Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. What does your spiritual team want to tell you? What encouraging messages do they want to tell you? The Pleiadians are our cosmic cousins. They're here to remind us that it's never too late to learn new things and change the future. You're being called to be a visionary for the planet, to take a breath, shake off what you've been taught about the world, and hold a new vision for humanity. You're likely a natural big picture thinker, here to generate ideas for the future. Here's to the birth of a new age and dream a new world into being. The future will be woven by dream makers like you, by those with enough courage to question the way things have been and envision new possibilities for this planet. The world needs more artists, dreamers, inventors, and visionary thinkers. Perhaps you've had an idea recently that you've been called to usher in. If so, this card is your confirmation that is divinely guided. The Pleiadians support us in this important stage in Earth's development. They want us to know that the decisions we make today will affect the well-being of our planet and all its species. They're calling on you to be a leader for the future, to hold a clear vision of what's possible, to trust the vision and follow it through your daily action, to dream a new world into being, to hold your mind open, to try to not worry about what others think. For it takes great courage to pave a new path, to trust a vision before it's a reality. Wow. How are you being called to step up and lead? We have leaders in this pile. The fact that this card spoke about and your spiritual team wanted to highlight you paving a path, starting something new, something great that will almost like heal the earth, benefit the earth, not just the people in it. That's a big thing. That is a big destiny. That is huge that that is where you're going in life, that's something that you're being called to do. But with those big jobs, the big destiny, the big tasks that we have to do, the things that we think about, right? If you're coming up, if you have an idea to do something and you don't even really know how big it's going to be, the idea that you've gotten is divinely guided. And instead of you worrying about the hows and how long I need to do this, or what about this step, or what about this, what you're being asked to do is look at the door right in front of you, right? Walk through this path. And with all these stars, I'm just seeing like take one star at a time. And eventually, like from what I can see on the card, right, the stars just keep getting bigger as you go up higher. So the more you tackle one thing, you start here. Like, let's say you want to be a spiritual guru. The first thing you do is you might do some past life regression, or you can get your birth chart read because you want to see where spirituality falls in your life, and then you start to think about, read books on different types of spirituality or different things you can do spiritually. You find an area that interests you, and then now you decide, okay, well, I want to focus on this. That's another star. Now you know where to put your focus. Well, what does it look like if I did this? Well, what does this path look like? No one's ever done this before. It's okay. Start making ways that you feel comfortable with. Lean into your intuition. Your spiritual guides are here telling you this is this big thing that you want to do. We gave you this idea, and we know that you're going to see this through. So allow us to help you along the way. You're going to get divine guidance. You're going to get divine inspiration for you to be able to find the things for the steps that you need, the things you need on each step of this journey to be able to accomplish these things. So what your spiritual team is saying is, baby, don't worry about how big this thing looks. Don't worry about how big this goal is. Don't worry about how big this thing is that you want. You're going to be able to accomplish this by taking dedicated steps each day, by doing the little things each day to get you there. You'll find your way. You'll find your purpose. And by the end of this journey, you're going to realize you've changed so many people's lives. And when we speak about the earth in this card, that's what it is, the people in it. When you change the people in it, you'll change the atmosphere, because people will act differently when we feel better, when we feel encouraged, when we feel inspired. You were sent here to inspire people and encourage people, and your spiritual team wants you to remember that. You are a visionary. You have inspired ideas. You are not meant to just be forgotten. Your name is meant to, it's meant to be spoken years after you're gone. One of those people that leaves a mark on this world. You leave your legacy. You have a huge legacy. Your legacy is bright. Your legacy is fruitful, and it all starts with an idea. Believe in yourself and go toward your goals, because your spiritual team is backing you at this time. Let's see what else they want you to know. I'll take this one. Find ways to fill your cup. Be self-full. Follow your heart and always trust your intuition. Go deep within, find your triggers, and address them one by one. Self-healing is the best healing. Only then can you offer the best version of yourself. So on this journey, you're going to be, when you're creating something new, it takes a lot out of you, especially when you don't have a lot of people to pull from. But you're going to have to be so confident within yourself and love on yourself for the days that you just don't feel like going on, or it feels overwhelming, because when you have a big goal, it comes with times when you don't feel 100% positive within yourself. You're not always going to feel like you have everything figured out, and that's okay. What are your triggers? What are the things that cause you to, like, let's say you meet a hiccup in whatever you're trying to manifest, right? Are you the type of person that usually goes into hiding after a bad thing happens? Do you meet it head on and say, okay, I learned from this, let's move forward? Do you need a few days to get over it when you go through something? Who are you at your core, when things aren't going your way? Find things to do to show love and respect to yourself, and understand that when you are manifesting something big, it's going to require a different version of you. And that's okay that you don't know this person fully, this version fully, because we're not supposed to know that person. We're growing into that person. You are growing into this person that is going to change lives, and that's a beautiful thing. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have, perhaps you are reminded all too often just how quickly the phases in your life can shift, one change after another. You are learning to adapt and grow. Be kind and gentle with yourself. So here's another card talking about, speaking lovingly to yourself, having love for yourself, especially when you're going through things while you're on this journey. There are different phases in your life, new things that are going to come in, different goals that you're going to reach, and you can reach them all, or else these messages wouldn't come out. But the main thing that I'm seeing is be kind to yourself. Everything isn't always going to be a bed of roses, but as long as you know you are meant to manifest this big thing, nothing is going to stop you. No matter how much time it takes, this is meant for you, and you have to change lives. When you are here for a big destiny, it's almost like when you have a big destiny on this earth, it's almost like you can't just sit back like everyone else. Even if you want to, there's something in you that's just going to call you to get up and keep going, because it's bigger than you. Even though it's coming through you, it's bigger than you. And you're going to heal a lot of people with what you have when you're working at what you're working on, this thing that you have that is inspiring you, that one of your life's purposes, a thing that you're meant to do on this earth. All right. I know that's right. You have such a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. All right. So when you have this big thing coming in, or this, this expansive future, and you're manifesting all these things, it's going to come with a lot of people that might have issues with you, might be a little jealous or whatever, and that's okay. Your job is to shine regardless. Do not dim your light. I don't care who or what the situation is. God gave you this mission, and you accepted it the day you decided that you were going to bring this from the ethers and start to try to manifest this and work towards it. You will be protected in every way, shape, or form by your spiritual team, okay? While you're working towards this. You need to hold up your end of the bargain. What does that look like? Not dimming yourself. If someone's going to be mad or jealous because their gift doesn't look like yours, let them be. We're all on our own journey. But you cannot allow anyone to make you feel less than yourself, especially when you are so big in the spiritual realm and you're becoming big on this earth in this 3D as well. What closing message do we have for pile 3? What encouraging message does your spiritual team have for them? Don't be afraid to sing. I know that's right. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Don't be afraid to express this gift the way it could be dancing. It could be singing. Whatever it is that you're doing, that you're manifesting, you're doing it, and it's going to heal people with your gift. You are more gifted than you know. And get with like-minded people. You're going to meet like-minded people along the way that are going to sing the same song that you have in your heart. Spiritual people, because I'm seeing the 4 and the 3, and 7 is definitely a spiritual number. You're going to find your tribe. You won't be alone manifesting this. God will send the right people for you on your journey to strengthen you while you're achieving your goals. And I wish you nothing but the best. And I believe in you in case you didn't hear it. You can accomplish anything you want to, and I'm so proud of everything that you're going to do for this earth. Thank you so much, Pile 3, for watching this reading, and I hope to see you again soon. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye.